Do you suffer with those droopy jowls and also those mouth lines, lower part of the face, marionette lines, smile lines and nasolabial folds? Well, in today's video we're going to do some great facial massage, so fascia work as well, to really help lift the skin and also the muscles. I'm Ali, I've been a facialist for the last 8 years and I'm really passionate to help you on your skincare journey. So first things first, you want to start off with clean skin and obviously clean fingers. Now we are going to be doing some gliding along, so it's really important to use some form of facial oil. You can use a serum or a cream, but I do tend to find you get a better glide when you're using a facial oil. So I've got my facial oil here. Now you only need a couple of drops to the fingers here. And then just rub it in, warm it all through, and then just gently apply all along the jawline, lower part of the face, the jawline, underneath, and also the neck area. And then not forgetting down by the side of the neck, down to the collarbone. So let's first of all start off with a little bit of tapping to really help with blood flow and circulation, just get everything going. So I'm just starting from the collarbone and working my way all the way up the neck, the big platysma muscle, towards the jawline and also the chin area. Now if you do have long nails, you can always use your knuckles. Just be really mindful to go sort of quite light and gentle. And then back of the fingers under the chin and just very gently tapping all along to the jawline. And then on the chin area and all along the jawline. And I like to work in a sort of outwards and slightly upwards motion. Particularly as we get older, we want everything to be lifting up, not dragging down. Right, so now we've got the face all nice and charged, if you like. So we've got a bit of blood flow and circulation going there. So let's first of all start off with some acupressure points around the nasolabial folds, the mouth area, lower part of the face. So first of all, taking our finger, we're going to start first of all with the chin area here. So between the mouth and also the chin, we've got a great point here. So you can just gently press. And I like to sit down when I'm doing these, and if you can look in a mirror, that's great. And shoulders nice and relaxed, no tension on the rest of the face. If you like, you can just gently do a few gentle pulses. And then the next acupressure point is between the nose and the lips. Again, just placing and holding. And then again, just a few gentle pulses here. And the next one here is where the mouth corners are, just on the top there. If you can just gently press those as well, really help with the drooping mouth. And if you like, you can also take a couple of deep belly breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, calming down the nervous system. And also adding oxygen to the neck and the head area. And one last time. Whilst gently pressing. And where the pupil of the eye is coming all the way down, just a little bit further down by the cheek, you might feel a little indentation. If you can just press these as well. These are great acupressure points for the lower part of the face, really gets everything going. Meridians. Just gently press. And then we have a great point here, really underrated. So where the nostril is, either side of the nose, we get quite a lot of tension here. And that's where those potential smile lines, marionette lines, and nasolabial folds start and develop and come down. So if you can just gently get into those little corners and just very gently press. And go a little bit deeper if you like. And then again, just a few gentle pulses. And then I like to finish off by the side of the ears here. If you can just come down, you should feel a little bit of a point where it's slightly hollow. And if you can just give that a gentle press. And then again, a few gentle pulsating moves. So let's first of all start on the jawline area. So we're going to do what I call the mandible pinch. So placing our fingers, just placing them first of all just onto our chin and under our chin here. And then just slowly working along one side of the jawline, just gently pressing. Working all the way along to the ears. And then on the other side, I like to start in the middle and gently press. And then just taking the thumb under the chin, fingers as a hook, and just gently glide along now, just releasing any tension there. So with the fingers as an anchor, particularly as we get older and we start to get more sagging skin, losing collagen and elastin, and you don't want to be creasing it and making wrinkles on the face. So I like to use a hand as an anchor, and you do one side of the face at a time, taking our other fingers and just gently glide along, smoothing out any fine lines and wrinkles here. And then just slowly working upwards and outwards, heading towards the nose area. And on the other side. And you can do these once or twice a day. You can almost have this as a challenge for maybe 7 days or 14 days. And again, whatever product you placed onto your skin is going to penetrate in even better and deeper when you're doing these massage exercises. Let's just not forget the above the mouth here, the lips. Just a slight flicking motion. And then with the fingers onto the chin, lifting up and across. Nice and light. Again, if you do have quite sagging skin, you can always, again, hold your finger on one hand as an anchor and then work onto the other side. So let's do a little bit of fascia release around this area. So before we start on the jawline and working our way up, I'm going to start where we have that acupressure point here, where it gets very tight. So if you can just get your fingers again, press into those and then work in a round circular motion one way. And this gets quite tight and you can go in a little bit deeper. And then the other side, go and work in the other way round. Hopefully we're going to be doing these massages before we kind of like beats the light, before it comes round. I can see the sun coming round. Hopefully the light's still good. I do like to do my facial massages by a window as well, with natural light. And then just taking your fingers and just glide under the cheekbone towards the ears. So let's do a little bit of fascia work now, and the fascia is almost like a connective web within the whole of the body, and when this gets tight it can kind of like drag down. We want everything lifting up, so we want to kind of release that a bit. So I like to just place my hand as an anchor here, and we're going to take our knuckles here, and you want to start from the chin and work our way nice and slowly, and just keep using the finger as an anchor. Just releasing any of that fascia. And this is a light to medium touch, working all the way to that muscle to muscle right at the end there. And then let's just go a little bit further up. And on the other side, hand as an anchor, taking our two knuckles, and then just very, very slowly, light to medium touch, releasing any tight fascia here. And this is why it's so important to really use a facial oil, because you get a really good slip and glide here. We're also boosting collagen and elastin by doing these facial exercises as well today. And come along. And then I like to place my hand as an anchor, taking the sort of almost like a hook again, and we're just going to lift up all the way along and across. Do this a few times, lifting up past the droopy mouth, under the cheekbone towards the ears. And just do this 3 times on each side. Again, nice and slow. And on the other side. And one last time on this side. And then taking our fingers, we're now going to make almost like a crisscross shape, starting again from the chin and working in lots of different directions. Again, getting blood flow, circulation, releasing any tight fascia as well. And on the other side. And then with the fingers just lifting up and gliding upwards and outwards, nice and light. Worked really well and hard on this area, on the jowl area. It's also quite important to remember how you actually hold your posture of your face during the daytime. So if you can, just take your lips and just the corners of your mouth and just slightly turn them up rather than dragging down. Because obviously if you have a downward mouth, everything's going to drag down. If you just slightly, not grin or have a big smile, but just a little bit, just lift it up. This will also obviously lift everything up. Another great thing is to do what they call mewing. So placing your tongue to the roof of the mouth, starting from the front of the teeth, the tip of the tongue, and almost just literally lift it across. So that will also lift up the jawline area. So now let's work on the neck and also the jawline and do what I call like a lymphatic flush, if you like. So starting from the collarbone here, taking our hand and just lifting in an upwards motion all along that platysma muscle here. So these are nice gentle massages all the way to the jawline and the chin, and on the other side. So hair's getting quite long now. Now, if you're enjoying this massage, please comment down below. Tell me where you're from and how you found this, and also if there's any other facial massages or fascia work you'd like me to share with you. Going all the way up, and let's just work a little bit faster. Again, adding a little bit more friction to the neck area, also helping with blood flow as well. And then with one hand just coming all the way across, flat of the hand. And then placing our thumb under our chin, fingers as a hook again, we're now gliding along. And we have plenty of lymph nodes under the jawline. So we're really moving everything in an outwards motion, toxins and waste within the lymph towards the ears. It's probably one of my favourite movements. And then just gliding, very feather-like touch, lower part of the face. Again, we're moving toxins and waste within the lymph, which is very close to the surface of the skin here. So being just light and mindful. Again, if you can, keep taking deep belly breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth to really help with blood flow and circulation. Keeping the rest of the face nice and relaxed. And then taking the fingers and just gliding down either side of the ear. Again, we have plenty of lymph nodes here. And then behind the ear where we have plenty of lymph nodes. You may want to swallow when you're doing this. You can literally feel things moving along. And then with the fingers, just massaging bottom of the head, top of the neck. Nice light circular motions. We hold lots of tension in the neck area. Remember to keep the shoulders down and relaxed. It's very easy to hoik them up. And then when the fingers are touching, with one hand at a time, if you can just gently glide down the big SCM muscle down to the collarbone. And on the other side. And then for a final lymphatic drainage release, which is so important because we move toxins and waste within the lower part of the face to really help with those nasolabial folds, smile lines and marionette lines, and to release those from the chin all the way down. Again, almost our starting position on our collarbone, lots of indentations here. And if you can just give those a few gentle presses, this will release all the toxins and waste into the body, ready for elimination. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Please consider subscribing and sharing. Push me out to other people as well. And again, comment down below. Tell me how you found this masterclass today. And I really look forward to seeing you in the next video. Okay, bye.